Let us go camping. It'll be fun, they said. I want you to think about the worst thing that's ever happened to you. I mean the absolute worst. So I'm not talking about the time you dropped your toast butter side down. I'm not even talking about that time in bed. You know the time. I'm talking about when everything fell apart and it left you wondering if this was it. Was this the end? Mine was while camping. Now, I dislike camping. This is a very well-known fact. It should be something everyone hates, but some of you are strange. So, being the frugal devil I am, I head to a cheap store and purchase a tent. I'm not planning to use the bastard for one day longer than needed, so I'm not spending 1 penny more than I have to. Once this is done, I'll donate the fucking thing to a charity. I've already planned to pitch it in a nearby field. I, at this point, hate myself for coming up with this idea. I really don't want to do it. I discard instructions that read like Video Plus. I do not need that shit. I set about putting this thing together, poles into holes, clipped into the bottom. Things are looking up. It looks like a little tent. I've spoken, or instead thought too soon. They make tent pegs from the flimsiest material known to humankind. There are people with low blood pressure who can drink 12 pints and be stiffer before taking Viagra. The first two slide in just fine. Then it happens. Third, fourth, fifth and sixth all bend. Uri Geller's got nothing on me. Finally, I'm chuffed with myself. I've pitched a tent. Ha ha. It is at this moment, the very second that I'm snuggling up in the sleeping bag, admiring my greatest triumph, that it happens. It rains. Now, you would not have thought that this would be a problem. I am, after all, in a plastic condom house. This is where you learn why a cheap tent is cheap. The wind picks up, the tent's rocking more than a Volkswagen camper at a festival. I'm usually all for a bit of wetness and blowing, but cheap tents have a design flaw in the condensation holes. I can see the bastard right above my head. The itty-bitty little hole is designed to let things breathe. The shoelace hole of dankness. Only this bastard does not let it breathe. This motherfucker, either by some sadistic design or flaw, lets water in. Chinese water torture from a cheapo Chinese tent. I've visions of a Chinese dude or dudette sat in a factory somewhere thinking, "Ha, silly Westerner, I'll get you. Oh, I'll get you so good." What do? I do what every good devil would do. I admit defeat. I have been beaten by a hole that is smaller in diameter than the missing part of a polo mint. Fuck you, cheap overseas worker, and fuck you, tent design bastard. I'll burn you all in hell. I'll roast your bollocks like a cheap fucking marshmallow over an open fire pit. I'll make crackling from your flaccid knob and feed it to the Srabius. In short, I will have the last laugh. Then it hits me. I'm trundling the 100 yards from the field back to my house, and I suddenly realise I don't have it that bad. Yes, I've discovered that tents are my kryptonite. We shall keep that to ourselves. Yes, a shite, cheap plastic bubble defeated me. But I have a choice. I'm not homeless. I have a roof to go over my head. I can keep warm. I can stay dry. I have a choice. You have a choice. Think about the people living in tents, or worse. Donate to a charity. Help these poor people. Buy a copy of The Big Issue. Do something. Do not let them suffer. Humans can do better. Do better. If I can be good, then you can too.